Hi friends, I'm Catherine Drury, Director of Children's Ministries at St. Gregory the Great Episcopal Church in Athens, Georgia. It's a beautiful day today, so I'm sitting on my front porch and I have a story for you from Read, Wonder, Listen. This is Stories from the Bible for Young Readers. It was rewritten by Laura O'Leary and illustrated by Anne Shang, and Woodlake is the publisher. So our story for today is called God Shows the Way. When all the people were gathered together at the base of Mount Sinai, Moses shared with them the gift that God had given him on the mountain. "This is what God told me," said Moses. "So listen." God said, "Long ago I decided to shape a new kind of people who would bring peace and blessing to the world. I began with Abraham and Sarah, then Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob and Leah and Rachel. Look around. You are their descendants. See how their family has grown?" The people looked at one another and at their children. They remembered the old stories. And then God said, "When you go into the promised land, you will be living among people who do things in a different way. You will be tempted to follow them, but you must remember who you are and follow my ways." "This is the way that God wants you to live," said Moses, "so listen." Then Moses told the people everything God had said. "I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. I am the one true God. I am the one who brought all things into being. This is how you will show your love for me. Do not make gods of other people, things, or ideas. Do not think you can capture me in an image. I am more than you can imagine. When you use my name, use it with care. Keep the Sabbath day for resting and giving thanks. And this is how you will show your love for other people. Treat your father and mother with respect. Do not kill. Do not take what is not yours. Keep your promises, especially to your loved ones. Do not say things about other people that are not true. Do not want what other people have. Be content with what you have. If you do these things, you will live in peace with one another and your neighbors." God's ways were carved on stone so they would last. "But it is more important," said Moses, "that they be written in your hearts and minds." God also gave the people a special way to remember who they were and where they had come from. "This is what God wants you to do," said Moses. "Listen carefully to what God says. Once every year, you must remember and celebrate how I brought you safely out of Egypt. Prepare a special meal, salt water and bitter herbs to remind you of the tears you cried when you were slaves. A paste of ground fruit to remind you of the mud bricks you had to make. Unleavened bread to remind you of how quickly you had to flee. Lamb to remind you of the blood that marked your homes the night the death passed over you. This feast will be called Passover. You will celebrate it every year, wherever you are, so you never forget that I am the one who brought you out of a place of tears and misery into a whole new life, and I can do it again." Moses continued to tell the people what God had said. "The time has come to make a covenant, a solemn agreement. We will be bound to each other. You will be my people, and I will be your God. I will keep my promise to give you a land to live in, and I will guide you in the best way to live. And you will promise to follow me and trust me and show you the way." All the people agreed and made the promise. Here's the picture. The 10 best ways to live. Sometimes these are called the 10 Commandments. If you tune into the church service this Sunday, then you will hear at the beginning Mother Nikki and Deacon Christina say the Decalogue, which is the 10 Commandments. And then if you listen more to the Old Testament reading, you'll hear it again. It's a really special, important part of our heritage, part of our Bible. The 10 best ways to live are ways to live in peace with each other, but they're not always easy ways, are they? We do the best we can, and God will help us to do that. So, I hope everybody has a great day. Oh, and we heard another word in there. We heard the word covenant. A couple weeks ago when Miss Deirdre read to you about the rainbow promise, that was another covenant God made to love God's people always. Covenant is like a promise. It's an important thing. And then last week, if you listened to Vivian, our friend Vivian read us a story about the bucket fillers, people who also make promises to help one another to keep us all safe and happy. All right, well, have a great week. Bye.